So once again, good evening and welcome to Hebrew for Beginners. This is our first session in which we will go over some of the basic information for the course and some of the basic principles of Hebrew and reading Hebrew. If you do not know anything about reading Hebrew, you're in the right place. If you know a little bit about reading Hebrew, you can recognize a few letters, you're in the right place. If you know your entire alphabet, you know all of the letters and you can put some of them together into words, you're in the right place. If you can read Hebrew without hesitation, this class is probably going to be pretty basic for you. And hopefully in the future, we will have an opportunity for an intermediate Hebrew course where we'll actually put some of these concepts into motion, learning how to share them as actually form words and sentences with meaning. While we will learn a few words through this course, and in fact, other than this session, you will learn at least one new Hebrew word every session. That is not the focus of this course. This is really for being able to read the Hebrew words in Hebrew on the page, whether it's a prayer book or whether it's something else. Now, here are 5 ways that Hebrew is different from English. And by the way, all of these, before I get into that, all of these are from the course textbook, which is called Teach Yourself to Read Hebrew by Simon and Anderson. There we go. This book is not that expensive. It's available on Amazon or for order from local bookstores. If you would like to get yourself a copy, I find that it's a very helpful thing to have when you're not in class, but it will not be necessary. Everything that's covered in the book, we will cover in the class. There will not be additional material or additional homework. But if you're the kind of person who likes to have homework, pick up a copy of the book, and there are some exercises in here that you can do at home as well as what we're doing in the class. This is the basis for this course, but again, it's available, and there are other resources available that go along with the book that you can use, but it is not necessary to have the book in order to get the full experience out of the class. So in this book, in the introduction, you'll find 5 ways that Hebrew is different from English. First of all, English is read from left to right, from left to right. You've known this as long as you've spoken English. By the way, también en español, a derecha, de izquierda a, a derecha. I'm working on it. From left to right. Whereas Hebrew is read from right to left. You'll also notice most Hebrew books open from right to left because Hebrew is read from right to left. So that was probably one of the first things you noticed when you walked into a synagogue and started doing your Jewish thing for a little while. You discovered, hey, these books are facing the opposite direction from what I was expecting. Number 2, in the English alphabet, there are 26 letters. Some are vowels and some are consonants. For vowels, you've probably heard of A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Is there a sometimes vowel in Spanish?
Sometimes what?
Is there a letter that's sometimes a vowel in Spanish? No.
Why?
And why? E.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same in Spanish. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Depends on the context. In Hebrew, there are 22 letters. All 22 Hebrew letters are consonants. There should be a period there. Vowels are dots and dashes added beside or below the consonants. So every Hebrew letter is a consonant. And in fact, when you add a letter and a vowel together in Hebrew, that's the consonant letter and the vowels, the dots, which are somewhere around the letter. If you ever look at the Hebrew side of the page and you say, okay, it looks like they're normal looking scribbles and then there are tiny dots all over, those dots are the vowels. When you add them together, the letter plus the vowel makes one unit. In Hebrew mysticism, that's mysticism based on the Hebrew alphabet, the Aleph Bet, it's said that the letter is like the body and the vowel is like the soul. And indeed, vowels are all open sounds that allow the breath to pass. Consonants are all uh, sounds which prevent air from passing to a degree. That's the defining feature of vowels and consonants. In case you ever wondered, linguistically, who came up with this idea of vowels and consonants? Why are they different? What makes one sound a vowel and another sound a consonant? That's exactly it. A vowel is an open sound, and a consonant has some sort of an interruption at some point in the vocal instrument. English, next, has both capital and small letters, uppercase and lowercase. In the beginning of printmaking, they had different sets of letters, and they had one that was kept in the upper case and one that was in the lower case. That's where we get those terms. They had two physical cases of blocks of letters that were used in different places, and over time they became standardized. So the beginning of a sentence is a capital letter, the beginning of a proper name is a capital letter, and of course these rules are different in different languages. In Hebrew, however, the alphabet has no capital letters. There is no uppercase, no second version of any of the Hebrew letters. That means Hebrew is a lot easier than English in this respect as well. Not only are there fewer letters to learn, but also you don't have to learn the letters twice like you do in English. In English, you have to learn every letter twice. You have to learn the capital A and you have to learn the little a. In Hebrew, you just have to learn the aleph once. Next, English letters are never written differently when they appear at the end of a word. A letter, no matter where it shows up in a word in English or Spanish, looks the same way. But when you spell words in Hebrew, there are 5 Hebrew letters that are different and have a different form when they show up at the end of a word. Finally, it is impossible to learn English without knowing the meaning of the words because the letters and combinations of letters can be pronounced in so many different ways. For example, the letter C in English could be a hard C, like in cat, or a soft C. Maybe I have hard and soft reversed. It could be pronounced like k as in cat or s as in circle. It's the same letter, but it's pronounced differently in a different word. Not only that, but you have combinations of letters like the notorious OUGH that could be used in the word through, in which case OUGH is pronounced oo, or it could be cough, in which OUGH is pronounced off. And of course, OUGH can pronounce a number of different ways as well. The Spanish
Certainly.
speakers are rolling their eyes at this point. All of those who had to learn English as a second language have been through the pain of trying to figure out how to pronounce different English words that look like they should sound the same, but they don't. Hebrew consonants and vowels are always pronounced the same. Therefore, it is possible to learn to read Hebrew without knowing the meaning of the words. The same letter or the same vowel will always sound exactly the same in every single word. Hebrew is a bit like Spanish in this way. Spanish, if you know the rules, you can pronounce any Spanish word even if you don't know what it means, even if you don't know the context. In Hebrew as well, whatever the nature of the Hebrew word, you can pronounce it just based on how it is written. There are no mysteries or hidden tricks or special knowledge required. This class will cover all of the Hebrew letters over the next 10 to 12 sessions. We will meet weekly on Thursdays at this same time. If you have any questions about when we are meeting or when is convenient, then you should be able to, I'm sorry, let me know. I was just reading through the chat. I guess some people on Discord had some trouble seeing the video. I guess I had some trouble seeing the chat. It's new, so we're still learning how to use it. I don't see any chat on Zoom. Were you able, those of you who are on Discord, were you able to eventually see the video?
Rabbi, this is Marcia Curry.
Hi, Marcia.
Hi, I'm on both,
You're on
but
both.
I'm on both, but I was not able to get the video on the Discord, but I'll work on that. So I'm on Zoom but I never was able to get the video on Discord, but that may be user error.
Right. I am seeing the video on Discord, but if you're not seeing it, that could be a problem. If you click on where it says services, you should see the video of myself and anyone else who's in the room, but you're not seeing it.
No, I can see who's online, Rabbi, you, and then the individuals, and then the offline.
If you click on the Temple Emmanuel logo on the left-hand side of your screen,
Okay.
you should see a list that says Temple Emmanuel, information, text channels, and voice channels. And Dave, I know you had a question as well about this. If you're still in Discord,
yeah, no.
click on the far left, you see the Temple Emmanuel logo.
Right.
And click there. And you should see a list that you can click on of different things, and they have like hashtags. You see that list of words?
Mm-hmm.
Near the bottom or at the bottom, you should have one that says services. What happens when
Right.
you click on the word services? What do you see?
You mean the service chat?
There should be one that just says services, a little bit below that.
Now I have settings, and it says this is my channel, but it does let me. That's yeah. I can. I don't
All
want to
right, where
spend.
it says,
I have. There's tech people around me here that I can work on this.
let's try one thing. Where it
Okay.
says text channels, there's a little arrow that's pointing down before the word text. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see category text channels.
And if you click on the little arrow before the word text, what do you see? What do you see?
I don't have an arrow before the word text.
Okay. We might have to talk offline.
Okay.
That's the limit of my tech support right now. I know it is a new software and that we're adjusting to it, and that'll take a little bit of time. We'll ask the Wyatts what their experience was, if they were able
Right.
to see it.
There, I can see that they're both there. At first, it was just Akiva or Christopher.
Chris,
And then
yeah.
I saw that Jackie did join too. Hi, Jackie. Yeah.
We will keep working on that, but I do want for the folks who are here for the class to finish up with some important information. This class, although this is a shorter session, because we're going over basic information, will usually be up to an hour. We'll try to keep it under an hour, but we will be from 7:30 and we will finish by 8:30. Some classes will finish a little bit sooner. We will try not to go over time, especially once the baby's born. We will continue to meet. Is this a time that works for you? If not, let me know. Or if you know of somebody who would like to be here that was not able to because of the time, also please let me know. If you have any questions, starting next week, this week we learned about some of the basic principles of Hebrew letters and Hebrew writing. Next week we will start to learn about the Hebrew letters. In fact, you will learn not one, not two, but 3 Hebrew letters next week. And you will even be able to form your first Hebrew word that you will be able to read by the end of next session next week. So let your friends know. I'm going to conclude the recording, but stick around if you would like to chat a little bit longer. We have some time to enjoy our company, and we have a little bit of time to help with some technical things as well. The baby's moving. All right. Thanks for being with our first class. Shalom.